Hello there. Let's stop those Brexit pessimists in their tracks and point to the good news as 2018 begins. It's always so sad to see the usual Remoaners pessimistically saying that a Brexit disaster is just around the next corner. So let's do as the Trade Secretary Liam Fox says and resolve to capitalise on the huge trade and investment opportunities of Brexit. Writing on the Conservative Home website, Dr. Fox said one of his most frequent and frustrating experiences of 2017 was returning from a positive and optimistic international visit only to encounter a wave of negativism at home. The interest being shown in Britain overseas and an increasing willingness to trade and invest with us was in stark contrast to the self-defeating pessimism that is too often on show from certain politicians, commentators and media outlets over here. And he went on to say that you get the impression that Remoaners would rather see the country fail than make a success of Brexit. He then lists some of the good tidings from 2017. Such as the record level of foreign direct investment, the increase in exports of goods and services, as well as the £10.7 billion narrowing in the trade deficit. Then there's the strong manufacturing growth, with order books at their best since August 1988, as well as the 58,000 tech startups. All of this adds up to an extremely positive picture for the British economy, which already has record employment levels and is the envy of many of our European neighbours, he writes. He then points to our dwindling trade with the EU and that we will soon once again be occupying our full seat at the WTO, which will give the UK a direct input into shaping global trade. Attitudes need to change as we go into 2018. Brexit is not a time bomb to be defused, but a great opportunity to be embraced, he said. Let's hope the usual suspects are listening. The UK is now exploring the possibility of joining the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP. TPP is not currently in force, but has 11 interested parties who have signed up to it, including Australia, Japan, Mexico and New Zealand, with the USA having withdrawn from the agreement when Donald Trump became president. There are now a further 8 countries that have announced an interest in joining, including the UK as of this month. The full details of TPP are yet to be finalised, and the UK's participation would probably have to wait until both that and Brexit had happened. The founder of Britain Thinks, Deborah Mattinson, has, in a statement of the blindingly obvious, said about Brexit that it's very hard to envisage any kind of solution that will keep everybody happy. Appearing on BBC Newsnight, she said that there were 3 groups of people: the die-hard Leavers, the die-hard Remainers and the swing voters in the middle, and it will be impossible to please all 3 groups. All that I can say is, that's politics. Everything in politics is about winners and losers. That's why we have elections and referendums, etc., to prevent other forms of dispute resolution, like armed conflict. The job of the politicians is to then make policies to cater for the majority, not to try and subvert them for their own ends. Just to give you a potential example, if the current Labour Party gets into power, they would gleefully and with great gusto set about anyone they deem to be wealthy. Upsetting the rich would not worry them. I'm not saying we should be ruthless, but our politicians should be more worried about servicing the majority than expending all their effort on placating the minority or even trying to make the minority the winners, which is what many of our representatives appear to be doing at present. The Polish population decreased by about 5%, or 1 million people, since the country joined the EU. But now the Polish Prime Minister has launched a campaign to tempt them back. Presumably he wants to take advantage of any feelings of being in limbo his fellow countrymen living in the UK may have at present. But Poland is now having its own spat with the EU regarding the independence of judges in the future. So those used to living and doing business under the UK legal system may be reluctant to move. Marcin Zintek, the Polish boss of London-based consultancy firm Zintek Global, told Politico that the majority of people here still say, "We're not moving, it's the place to be." But the real point here is that the Polish PM is targeting his own nationals to return, and presumably there will be jobs for them. But if the UK government had tried that while we were still long-term members of the EU, what would the reaction from the pro-EU establishment have been? No, what the Polish PM should be doing is what Tony Blair and his team did. Send out search parties to all corners of the EU to bring people back into Poland from Greece, Italy, Germany, Spain, etc. I mean, isn't that what the EU is all about? Or is the truth that some leaders are coming to understand or rediscover the importance of the nation-state and the central part it plays in making a truly cohesive society? What do you think? Please leave a comment below. Thank you. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.